and very warm welcome to Reflems. This is Farooq Hussain, and today we are going to learn Koha Tools in Koha Operational and Administrative Skills series. In this video, specifically, we are going to talk how we can import and modify patterns, data, and images in bulk or in a batch. So you need to open your web browser and your Koha system, or alternatively you can use Koha demo for practice purpose. So let me open my web browser. Here you just need to write Koha demo or your Koha system. So the very first link is of Koha demo. This is actually the official website of Koha community, and there you can see numbers of Koha demo system around the world. For example, this one is from Switzerland, this one is from France, USA, Australia, New Zealand, and you can check it out. So let me open this. The first one is 19.11 and using Mark 2.1 flavor. So you just need to log in with the staff interface with the provided login ID. It's demo. And this one is actually the staff interface. There you need to go at tools. But before I go to tools, let me show you, if you want to enter one pattern only, how would you do that? Just click on patterns, and there you can see new pattern. In this drop down you have to select the category, and if you want to know how to create a pattern category, just check the I button. There's a complete video about the patterns category. So for example, I want to add a student here, and this is actually the membership form, or we can say patterns entry form. And there you can see actually this form is divided into different portions or different parts. So this part is actually patterns identity. There you need to provide salutation. Salutation is something like sir, doctor, professor, Mr., Miss, whatever. Surname is one of mandatory field, and the first name, date of birth, initials, other names, and genders. Address, the main address, there you need to provide the main address. The address to is actually the area address, and then zip code, the city, state, country. If your pattern is underage, then guarantor or parent's name and details about parents. An alternate address. If your pattern is belong to some other city, then you need to provide the alternate and the permanent address here. Alternate contact details. The library management. Card number is one of mandatory field. Library is one of mandatory field, and the student category is one of mandatory. And you can see it's library setup, registration date, the expire date. Need to provide the fact note if you want to, so you can add some instruction there. And staff login, opaque. If you wish, your pattern may log into your user interface, opaque, so you can provide the user ID and password. And from this you can actually activate your library staff. For example, you want to create an account for your library staff, so you can provide the username and password. So this way you just add one pattern. So let me show you, if you have a batch file, if you have bulk, numbers of patterns, and you have to add at a single time, how you will do that. So let's go to, and one more thing, you can actually change this form. If you wish, this field may come as a normal field, so you can actually modify this. And if you wish to hide this field, so you can do this. There's a video in I button or in the description, you can check it out, so you can find how we can actually modify the patterns entry form or the membership form. So let us go to our main concern. We need to go at tools, and in tools you can see the tools is actually divided in three main categories or three main portion or whatever. So you just see the patterns and circulation, the catalogs and additional tools. In patterns we have import patterns. Just need to click on import patterns. So there you need to provide a file. We just read it out. Select a file to import into the borrowers table. So you need to provide a file, but how we actually create a file? So we have this. You can see this is actually download a starter CSV file. CSV file with all the columns here. You just need to click here, and there we have a details of columns, for example title, surname, date of birth. I'll show you, and the required field, I mean the mandatory fields. So CSV is actually comma separated values. It's something text delimited file. There actually you can separate values with a comma. So it's just a text file and it's open in Excel format. So just click here, and you just need to open this file. You can see it's now downloaded. Just click here to open this, and let me show you some important fields here. Those you have to fill. So you need to go with this file, I mean this format. So you can see this is card number. Card number is one of important field you have to provide. Surname is one of the mandatory field. First name, title, if you wish to provide some title, you can provide title. Other names, you can use other names for designation or for categories. For example, you have a category student, but you have to deal with from class 1 to class 10 student, and every class has three portion. For example, section 1, section 2, section 3. I mean class 1A, class 1B, class 1C. So this way you have different sections. So you need to entertain all the section in a student category. So you can provide the section here, but for that purpose you need to create category for every section. So initial is something like for example, my name is Farooq Hussain Zai, so initial would be like this. Street number, you can provide street number. Street type. Address is actually important. Address 2 is about the address of area, city, and then state, zip, country, email, phone, mobile. All are important. So this is actually for some like your guarantor or your parents or whatever. So let's skip all of them. So there you can provide date of birth. Date of birth is important. Branch code is one of mandatory field. You have to provide branch code, and you have to provide category code. Not the branch, you have to provide the code here. Not the branch name, not the category name. You have to provide the code here. Date of enrollment. We'll let you skip this. It will select automatically the date when you enter this data, or when you import this file, it will automatically detect the file. So date expire. So let you skip this, and then lost, not important actually. So you can provide gender here, male, female, or whatever the gender. Password. If you wish your patron may log into your opaque, you need to provide the password, user ID and password. And opaque note, you can provide some instruction here or some welcome note. And then we have alternate address and alternate contacts details, guaranteer contacts and details. SMS alerts, so you can provide mobile number here. Okay. And that's all. I think these are the important fields. You need to fill all of them, and you can see according to your policy, you can check it out. So I have filled this data with some fake data actually. Let me open some sample data here. So I'll show you how actually I'm going to fill. For example, you use your card number format, whatever the card number format you use. For example, student 1, or you can use like this. Okay, you need to add an apostrophe before you are using any field. Number 00, for example, 100. You just need to add an apostrophe here. See, this way you just need to write the. So I have add one actually fill this data. So there you can see from card number from 100 to 110. And the surname. These names are not actually real, and this is actually some fake data. So we have around 11 patterns here. And the address. And again, this is not a right address, it's house number 123 block F. I'm using as sample here. Address 2, you can write any address, your patron's address. This is actually some sample data, it's not real data. City, let me select Karachi right now. The state is Sindh. And you can provide any zip code, for example 74500. This is just an example. Country would be Pakistan or your country actually. Email address, for example, abc@xyz.com. Remember, you need to make this unhyper. So remove hyperlink here, and then you need to copy this, paste, phone number. So let me select some random, for example, it's 92, the country code, and then city code, and then 123. So 123, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is just an example. And once again, you need to add an apostrophe alternate. It may actually treat like this. You can see this. So this is actually, it has add one decimal here and the plus sign as well. You need to add an apostrophe here. And 92 is actually the city, country code. Then 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's just a fake number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And don't try to actually call there. So And date of birth, you can provide date of birth, but you have to select ISO date format. For example, uh, 1990, the month would be January, and the date. This is just a random example. You need to select the ISO file format. So I'm skipping this right now. The branch code, you need to check the branch code of your Koha demo system or your Koha system. Just go to your Koha. Okay. Just go to the Koha and in administration, you can see the branch code. In basic parameters, library, and you can add actually a one or two, three libraries, whatever you want to add. So you can see this is actually GBA. For example, let me select this branch code right now. You need to remember the branch code, I mean your library code. And if you want to know how we can add a new library and the new patterns category, just check the I button or the description of this video, so where you will find a detailed video about that portion. So let me select this code, and you need to remember your library code actually. And let me go to here. It's GBA. So you need to copy all your patterns. And then we have to write the category code. For example, you need to check again the category code of your patterns, or if you remember, you just go ahead. So there we can find the patterns categories. For example, we are working with a student, so ST is actually the code. And if you actually wish to add specific patterns, for example, a pattern is belong to class 1A or class 1B, so you need to create categories of every section. And just skip this. Gender, so let me copy from this file. Gender, then you need to provide gender, and you need to provide some password and user ID and opaque node. If you would like to provide some opaque node, so you can actually. So password or the user ID would be actually your this is just a recommendation. So you can use your card number as a user ID, or if you wish to work on LDEP functionality, so you can use the email address. If your institution has an email address, you can use the email address in the user ID. Password would be the card number, and you can use the card number as a user ID as well. But if you wish to work on LDEP functionality like single signing, or you want to use email as a user ID, so you can use that. Opaque node, for example, welcome to library ref limbs library code catalog. This is just a random actually opaque node. When your patron may log in to your opaque, he or she may see this. and you need to provide the phone number, I mean the mobile number for SMS alert, and also you need to provide the SMS provider ID. So, and actually this feature need to be activated from the tools as well. Remember, these fields are not actually mandatory. The mandatory field is surname, and you can actually alter the mandatory field to a normal field. And then the mandatory field is actually the branch code. The mandatory field is actually the category code. So these are actually the mandatory field, and you need to provide the mandatory. But what I actually highlighted, they are some important fields. So this way we have added data of around 11 patterns. So you can use as many as you have. You can use your data file to normalize field according to this format. So you can use this format. You just need to go Koha Koha Tools. On Koha Tools, just see the import patterns, and from there you can actually download this CSV starter file. So now we have completed this. You can see we have around 11 patterns starting from 00, 100 to 00, 110. So let me save this, and when you just try to save this, it will ask you some features in your workbook might be lost if you save it as CSV. Do you want to keep using that format? So click on yes, and when you go to close this file, it will ask you again to save, and the same warning. So you need to just go with yes. And you have to come on tools and import patterns. There you need to provide that file, choose file, and you need to choose file, example import Okay, it's actually patterns data. So you can see this is the difference between CSV file and this file is actually Excel file. See, this one is comma separated value file. Just click here and open. Now you have select that file, and you can use the field to match the records, card number, or you can use username. So there's actually, if matching record is already in the borrower's table, so what you will do, ignore this one, keep the existing one, override the existing one with this. So just go with default, import here. So now see, it has import. So there you can see we have import 11 records, and 0 is actually overwritten, and 0 is not import because already in borrower's table, and override disable means there's no error. 0 not import because they are not in the expected format. The format is correct actually, this means. And 11 record is praise actually. So we have successfully import all these records, I mean all 11 records. And if there's some error, it will show you in yellow highlights. So let me show you where. Just go to staff interface, and on patterns, the last patterns was actually say. So let me open say Z. So there you can see it's actually Amos Hanzei, and this is one of the fake name. Sorry. So there you can see it's actually the house number and the complete details and the phone number, I mean the mobile number. We have provided this mobile number as other phone, I mean the SMS alert. There you can see the mobile number, the email address, gender, and you need to upload pattern's image and the rest of the details, the card number, the category, so student, and the library, username, I mean the username and the password, opaque note here. You can add alternate address if you wish to, but this is fine actually. And for example, this pattern is not an student. You have entered a data of one of the staff member, and you want to allow your staff member to log in with the staff interface and perform library operations, for example circulation, for example cataloging. So you need to set permission there. Just go at more and set permission, and see, you can make actually your staff as a super librarian, access to all library functions. Just click here. So librarian or the library staff would be a super librarian, or you can limit the access. For example, you can provide check-in and check-outs only, and you need to provide the staff access as well. And you wish your patterns may actually collect fine, for example, where is that fine collection? Set user permission, add modify patterns information, edit catalog, edit authorities, okay, where is that? Yeah, there is manage pattern fines and fee. So you have allow your staff for check-in, check-out, and fine collection. And then you need to save this. I'm not going to save because I just entered data of one student, and the student is by default not allowed to log in with the staff interface. So move on. There you can add a single image for this pattern. But if you want to add images in bulk, so what you need to do, let's move to second part of this video. To upload pattern images in bulk or in a batch, again you need to go Koha Tools. Just click on Home and then Tools, and then down Patterns and Circulation you will find Upload Pattern Images. Upload pattern images in a batch or one at a time. So you can upload pattern images one by one or in a batch or bulk. So there you need to provide one folder having pictures and images of your patterns in a zip format. So only PNG and GIF and JPG, JPEG and JPG, they both are same thing actually. XPM formats are supported. So there you need to provide one folder of your pattern images. So I just have selected few images from Google, few free images from Google, and for safety and security purpose I just hide the faces of these guys. So it's 100, the picture name is 100, and you need to check the format as well. For example, this format is JPG, and JPG and JPEG, they both are the same thing. And 101, 102, 103, 104, so these are actually the file name, the picture name. So there you need to create one text file. You can use Notepad as a ID link, to link these picture to your images. It's ID link. You can name this ID link and open this file, and there you need to provide the pattern number. For example, our pattern number would be 100 and comma and then space and then picture number. For example, 100 dot with extension JPG. In next line you need to provide the second user. For example, that would be 00101 and 101 would be the picture name actually, and then extension JPG. You must need to provide the extension. If this extension, I mean the file format is PNG, for example, you need to provide PNG, and you can check either it's JPG or PNG. So you just right click here and see the property, and there you can see this is actually the JPG file .jpg. This is actually the extension of this file. So this way you can actually provide the extension. For next, actually 00102 space 102 dot JPG extension, then 00103 comma and space and then 103 dot JPG. Next line 104 00104 comma space 104 file name and then extension JPG and then 00105 comma space 105 dot JPG. It will take few time actually. Similar you can use actually. Let me copy this. It's 106 and you need to save this file. And now you need actually to zip this folder having the images and this file, and you need to zip this folder. Just click right, select the folder with your mouse and click right and send to compress zip folder. Now the zip folder is available, and then you need to upload that zip folder here. So just click on choose file and from desktop pattern images and open this. So you have selected this and upload now. So pattern images successfully upload. It has two directories, scan one directories process, and now you can see the card number 001, all 11 images actually successfully import. So let us see. Now you can see 001 is with 001, and let me show you more. So this way actually you can add images So images must be in passport size. So they will actually get the area. So this way you can upload pattern images in bulk. So now let's move to last part of this video. That's actually batch pattern modification. For example, semester has end and you want to change class in all student data at once, or you made a mistake in most of the student record and you want to change that on a single click, or similar batch pattern modification. For example, you want to restrict some pattern or a group of pattern, or you want to cancel the membership of some particular group of patterns. So in that case we use batch pattern modification. So we need to again go tools. On tools we can see batch pattern modification, modify patterns in batch, and there we can actually provide one text file, or we can paste the card number of some particular patterns. For example, let me paste some card number here. Those I have already copied. So you can see it's 00. Let me show you. It's from 100 to 00110. So, or you can create a text file. You just need to open Notepad and paste those card number, or as much as you want. I mean, this is 11 number. I mean, 11 pattern is just an example. You can paste as many as you can. So let me save this file. Patterns. So this is just an example, and you can actually select that file and continue. So when you click on continue, it will open all the records of patterns from 00100 to 110, and you can change these fields actually. For example, library name, pattern categories that we use for class. If you have multiple class and sections, for every section you need to create a pattern category. For city, we can change city, state, zip code, country, and the registration date. We can change the registration date. We can actually to provide clearance, we can use this option. We can clear them. For example, they are till today. That's all. They expire today actually. Or you can restrict any pattern, and you can write restriction comments here. Circulation note, you can change the circulation note, you can change the opaque note. For example, you want to write please return your book valuable. So you can change this note to some particular patterns. This is just an option, I'm telling you. It's not for this purpose actually, or not for this. I mean, for example, out of 11 students, you have entered the city, you have entered wrong city. This is just an example. So clear all and select 3 of them. For example, you have write a wrong city with these 3 students. So you have select all these 3, and there you need to write the correct city name It's for example Kharagpur instead of Karachi, and now save. So let's see what happened. All three has changed. And for example, new batch pattern modification, so you can use new batch. And you can provide the barcode number here, card number here, one card number per line. And for example, these two students has left the institution, so you need to make them clear. They cannot borrow any other library material, or you can restrict them. See, so this way you can actually change the patterns in batch. You can modify patterns in batch. So and similar and for example, you want to change the class of these three patterns, so just select them. They have promoted now, so just select them and come to patterns category, and there you can see class 10A. So they are now in class 10A, and you just save here. So see what happened now, the category has changed. You can open the patterns and you can see the details there. So now they have changed to they are in class 10A. This way we actually work on batch pattern modification. So we have discussed these three things in this video. So thank you very much. We have talked how we can import patterns in batch, how we can modify patterns data, and how we can import patterns images in bulk or in a batch. So thank you very much. You are watching RefNims. This is Farooq Hussain.